I traveled over 2,000 miles to ask the best TURO car rental hosts in the world their advice on how to successfully run a car rental business, and you won't believe the answers they gave me. By the end of this video, you're going to learn the biggest mistakes you need to avoid when starting a TURO business and the strategies that the best car rental hosts in the world use to make over 6 figures a year in their business. But first, we have to figure out how to get all the biggest TURO hosts in one place at the same time. Luckily for us, I got an invitation to the TURO Power Host Summit, where the platform gathers the most successful hosts to come together, network, and learn all about the exclusive updates TURO has in store. So come with me as I travel all the way across the country to find out the insider secrets on how to become a TURO car rental master.
All right, Bag Chaser. So we out in Austin, Texas at the TURO Power Host Summit. So you know I had to run up on some of these power hosts with a lot of cars doing their thing, making sure we tap in with them and get some good advice for y'all. So I gotta start with my guy. I know y'all know who he is, but we're gonna do an introduction.
Yo, what's going on? I go by West Coast Dave. My name is David, as y'all know. And I appreciate you, bro. I've been seeing your content, so it's great to run into you out here.
You already know, Brody.
You already know. So my market is Las Vegas.
I never been to Vegas. Tell us a little bit about what type of vehicle category is like best in Vegas.
So you know what? Vegas is interesting because you got the Strip, right? The Strip, everyone's flying in from all over the world coming to the Strip. They usually want to experience.
Yep.
So those people are going to be more likely to get a luxury car or want a luxury car at least. But then during the slower season, like the winter time around the holidays, the locals are really the ones that are getting the most rentals, and that's the economy cars.
Got you. So tell us a little bit about your fleet. How many cars do you have, and what do you typically go on the side of, luxury or economy, or is it kind of a blend?
Yeah, so my fleet is a blend of both luxury and economy cars.
Okay.
So I have a lot of luxury cars. I'm heavy luxury because I mainly focus on the tourists, but I still consider my foundation as that economy car.
Nice.
And you know, just like all of us know, the economy car is going to have that high utilization. So I'm pushing for 90% plus, keeping those on the road. So even if the luxury cars don't rent, I'm still good.
Tell us a little bit about how you get in your cars and how you scale your fleet.
Yeah, man. So I started off with my own personal car. In my journey, I had a Mustang GT all blacked out.
Nice.
Before I sold it, I said, let me try TURO. Rented that car out. From there, I bought my first 7 cars all cash.
Oh, okay.
Which I know most people don't do that, but I wanted to take it slow. After I had failed in some real estate projects, I wanted to build back. So after that, that's when I got into financing, personal financing, business financing. But my number one way that I scale now is managing OPC. OPC is other people's cars.
Nice.
I get other people that want to invest in the business, and they send cars to me. I manage those cars, and I send them profit share every single month.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy intuitive. I don't see too many people doing that, bro. I think it's getting more popular now. But, bro, you was one of the first people to kind of take that strategy and scale with it, bro.
Scale, I think it's the cheat code. So if anyone out here is a TURO host already, like it's just an easy way for you to increase revenue immediately. And if you already rent cars out, you already have a blueprint to create an investor package. An investor package is what I put together to show potential clients what I can do, what my cars are making. And I present that, and then it makes it easy.
Got you. So that's kind of like a media kit for like a content creator.
Exactly.
When you get brands and stuff, you want to show them your utilization, the rates they might get, demographics about your market, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be market specific. So mine is market specific because they're sending their cars to Vegas. So I want to let them know what the cars in Vegas is doing.
Got you. That's fire, bro. That's a crazy strategy. So with that in mind, bro, give us a little bit of advice for these new TURO hosts. Like, what do you think is maybe the biggest mistake that new TURO hosts make in getting on the platform?
Oh, that's a great question. I think one of the biggest mistakes new TURO hosts make is going out and buying their dream car and expecting that dream car to pay for itself, renting it part-time on TURO.
You big dummy. Gotcha.
Now, on the surface level, it sounds like a good idea, but what normally happens is they go and buy a sports car, put it on TURO, making money. It's a little bit too much car payment for them to handle. Someone crashes that car, and now they got to make payments out of pocket the entire time that car is getting repaired.
And they underwater because they might have cost too much. And
yeah, they don't buy it the right way. Yeah. So it's a lot of factors that go into it, but to sum it up, I think people buy the wrong car and then want to make money with that car instead of building a foundation, get the right car for your market, and let that make money, use those cars to pay for your car. For those of us that are coming from lower income and then building our income, I suggest to get something that you know is tried and true. Get a workhorse. Get a Camry, a Corolla, you know, something that's gonna rent out, even minivans rent out really well. And then you can rent that out, get it consistent, and then continue to add those. And then you can, you know, throw a nice one in the mix.
There you go. Then you can scale up and maybe get a sports car or a luxury car, right?
Exactly.
What's your biggest piece of advice for someone looking to get into the Turo business or a new Turo host?
My biggest piece of advice for new Turo hosts or anyone that's looking to scale is to know your numbers. That's what it all comes down to. I've seen a lot of people fail over this past year because they didn't know their numbers. A lot of people bought cars that were overpriced. A lot of people didn't look at the depreciation factor, so they didn't know that their car, after they bought it brand new, would go down in value 20%. That's my biggest advice, is to know your numbers and know what cars work well and focus on ROI, your return on investment.
Dave, I appreciate your time, bro. I know the bag chasers appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
Keep doing your thing out Vegas and keep teaching people, bro.
You already know.
After the interview with Dave, we all went outside to do some more networking, and then we got to sit in on an exclusive presentation where Turo focused on things like their growth with their partnerships, including more commercial insurers and commercial lenders to be able to grow your fleet. But next, I got one of the best ones right next to me. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name's Aubrey Janik. I'm a Turo host based out of Dallas, Texas.
Nice. So we definitely got to get some gems from Aubrey before she goes off and do some of these big Turo things. So tell us a little, Aubrey, about how many cars do you have in your fleet and how did you get started?
Yeah, so currently I have 27 cars in my fleet.
Damn!
I got started back in 2017 with I actually heard about it from a friend of mine. He told me about Turo, and I actually thought it was a scam at the time that I had heard about it. And I just truthfully put my personal Jeep on the platform because I've always been super entrepreneurial, and immediately I fell in love. And that's really truthfully how I got started, and it kind of snowballed from there.
Just so we can give some gems to some of the people out there, tell us one of the biggest mistakes that you see new Turo hosts make when getting on the platform.
Yeah, I definitely think buying the wrong cars at the wrong price. It's just, I think that whenever it comes to Turo, it's pretty easy to make cash flow. You're gonna list a car, it's gonna make money, I would say 9.9 times out of 10. But it's a matter of protecting yourself from whenever a car is in an accident, whenever you can no longer have that car, whenever you need to sell the car, and that's whenever it comes down to making sure that you're buying the right cars at the right price. And I don't think that's something that newer Turo hosts specifically focus on enough.
I totally agree. I appreciate that. So before I let you go, just give the new Turo hosts or people looking to get into Turo, maybe what's your biggest piece of advice when getting into the business?
Buy below market value cars. If you find a car, let's say that has a market value of $5,000, try to buy that car for $4,500. If you find a car that's worth $20,000, try to buy that car for $1,800. Buying below market value cars is, in my opinion, the secret to creating really great safety net.
That's a great answer. Just to build off of that, I know we see a lot of people on the internet talk about luxury and exotic cars. Just based on that answer, what type of cars do you think not only are best, but makes up the bulk of your fleet?
Economy, 100%.
You heard it here first, Bag Chasers. Aubrey, I really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Enjoy the rest of the event.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you. Even besides the advice that I was getting, the Turo Power Host Summit was just an overall amazing experience. Everywhere you went, they were asking for feedback from hosts on how they could develop a better platform. And man, I really hope they listen to this one. And for my next Power Host interview, I'm super excited because I got my guy here with me, but I'm gonna let him do his own introduction.
What's good, y'all? So my name is George, aka the Wealthy G, and I'm out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Let's
get it. Got the Wealthy G in the building. So tell us a little bit about how you got started Turo, bro.
Yeah, so I actually got started with Turo. I heard about it on a podcast. I heard somebody talking about how they have momentum going, and I was in my corporate job at the time, right? Working as a financial advisor, and I was looking for something to be able to just supplement my income, right? I'm like, yo, I'm struggling being able to pay my bills.
Me too.
I was looking for something specifically that had a low barrier to entry and that wasn't going to take up a lot of my time because of the fact that I was working a full-time job. So that's when I stumbled upon TURO, and how I got started is I actually got a bunch of my friends together, two of my friends, and what we did is we put all of our cash together and we actually bought two, they were Nissan Sentras. I bought two Nissan Sentras cash. I partnered with my guys, and those are my first two vehicles that I got on the platform.
Tell us a little bit about where you are now, especially being in the Philadelphia market. So, like, how many cars do you have in your fleet now, and what type of cars do you have in your fleet?
Yep, so my fleet right now, I'm at 6 vehicles. I used to be higher, but I lost a couple of them this year due to some total losses, which that's just something that happens in this business. You know the game.
It
happens naturally. But specifically in my fleet, I've built my fleet by leveraging economy vehicles. So I have some Nissan Versas, some Nissan Sentras. I have a Malibu. I had a Cruise, loved my Cruise. It was a great money maker, but she got totaled out. I also have a Nissan Rogue as well.
Okay.
And the outlier is I have a Tesla Model Y. Now that's a vehicle that I use a lot more for personal, but I simply use the platform to make that vehicle pay for itself every month. So that vehicle, while it's not rented, I actually drive that one myself. For all the other ones, they're fully just always active and always being rented out.
As you said, bro, you've experienced a lot on the platform. You just had some total losses. So, you know, it's a lot of stuff that you've been through, the ups and downs, but tell us maybe some of the things as far as the biggest mistakes that you see like new TURO hosts make getting on the platform.
Absolutely, man. So I would say the biggest mistake that I see new TURO hosts make is they act with emotion instead of data, right? And what I mean by that is we hear about TURO in these little 30-second videos and stuff like that, and people think I can just buy any car at any price and I can put it on this platform and it's gonna make me money. So they use their emotions and they go and find the car of their dreams, and then they'll go and buy that, and lo and behold, comes out that it's not the right car for their market, and then you know they're upset because the car is not paying for itself. So to avoid getting in that situation, what I always say is you got to be able to leverage the data, right? So you have to actually go into your market and research what are the vehicles that actually have demand in your market, right? Like we're in the Philadelphia market. That's not a luxury market. That's not Los Angeles, Miami. It's not going to support somebody needing a Mercedes-Benz every single day. You got to understand, are you in a luxury market? Are you in an economy market? Are you in a freaking sport market, right? And then when you get the right vehicle for your market, that's when you actually are able to go out and see the cash flow that a lot of people are looking for when they're first getting started in this business. So to sum it up, what I would say is the biggest mistake that I see is people acting with their emotions and buying the wrong vehicle, buying the vehicle of their dreams, rather than looking at the data and buying the right vehicle for their market.
No cap, bro. No cap. That's a great answer. As you heard, leverage the data. What's your biggest piece of advice for people looking into the TURO business or looking to get started renting cars on TURO?
I would say that you make your money before you ever buy any vehicle, right? You make your money, exactly what we were just talking about. You make your money when you're actually doing all of your analytics, right? When you're actually doing the math and you're figuring out how much is my insurance going to be? How much is my car note going to be? Making sure that you're building relationships with the right dealers, right? So I think that if I was to give someone one piece of advice, right? If they're literally just starting out, I would say to actually take the time up front. Once you commit to starting this business, don't rush into it to take action to actually get up and running on the platform. I would say to invest in education first, right? Whether that be watching YouTube, right? Whatever it may be, but consuming content so that you're educated and actually doing the research before you just go out and buy a vehicle. I think that is a huge mistake that people make, right? We just want to go ahead. Oh, I see TURO. Let me go ahead and start getting to this money. I'm just going to go. No, take a step back. Take the time to do your research before you take any action, and it is going to pay you dividends for years to come.
And G, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you not only today, but on the journey, on the things that you inspired me on the influence you've given to me as well.
Likewise,
so
my
I'm just happy that you was able to give it back to some of the bag chasers, man, and keep up all the good work. And I just hope you are, keep being successful, bro.
Salute to the bag chasers. Let's get it.
Let's go.